Hello, and welcome to my session on talking about yourself in public. And my hope for you by the end of this session is that you feel a lot more confident talking about yourself on social media in order to get the word out about your amazing book. Whether you have a book out right now or you're working on one, this session will be perfect for you. Firstly, why am I a good person to be talking about this? Well, it's because 8 years ago, I never thought that I would be talking about myself on social media or just in general. I was always really bad at it, always very shy, still an introvert today, and very self critical. And actually, a lot of my work is about that. And I write a lot of mental health poetry about my own anxiety and struggles. And so it is vulnerable, it is personal. I had absolutely no idea what I was doing when I first published and self-published my first book, and really had to learn how to build a brand and a community around my work. But that involved talking about myself, which is not something that I really enjoyed doing. So once I discovered kind of the methods that really helped me connect with my audience and feel more comfortable talking about myself, it really changed the game. And so this is where I was at 8 years ago. This is where I'm at now, knowing that it takes time, so that timeline of 8 years. However, I have grown my audience to more than 500,000 on social media. I've sold over 60,000 books without ads. Most of that is within the last few years, once I really learned my marketing methods. And I come from a background of social media management. So I now run my company, Marketing by Shelby, which has taught over 5,000 authors and creatives how to market themselves and their products on social media with a little bit more confidence and a little less overwhelm, I might add. So let's go ahead and dive straight into it with just starting about a couple general tips for talking about yourself. The first one is that we want to reframe from talking about ourselves to actually having a purpose behind what we're posting or marketing about our books. If we change that from I'm only talking about me, it's feeling self centered, it's feeling like it's all about me, to focusing on your target reader and answering some of these questions that I have on the screen. So, why did you write this book? Why did you want to tell your story? I'm guessing it's something deeper than just, I wanted to write about myself, right? Like you probably wanted to inspire people, to educate people, to raise awareness about something. So think of the same methods when you're thinking about your book and why you wrote it to why you're sharing on social media as well. Yes, the purpose is probably to get the word out about this book, but it's also to make connections with your target readers and also to maybe help them feel inspired on social media, to help them raise awareness about a certain topic, to educate them on a certain topic, to make them feel a certain way. Maybe you want to make them laugh. Maybe you want to make them, no one wants to really make others cry, but like inspire them, and that leads to emotions, right? So the main mindset shift is that your content can be about you, and it likely will be about you, but it should be for your target reader. So this takes, of course, some time to kind of shift your mindset. But if we go into what we're sharing on social media, thinking about what is my purpose in sharing this, how can I connect this back to something valuable for my target audience? How can I inspire them with this post and connect it back to my book? How can I teach them something with this post and connect it back to my book so that they're intrigued, they want to read more? It feels less about you and more so that you are creating content to benefit your reader. The other thing is, a lot of us are scared to be vulnerable, even though you've written memoirs or you're writing a memoir, and I've written very vulnerable poetry. People actually love hearing other people's vulnerabilities because they feel more connected, they feel less alone. That's my mission as an author, is helping others feel less alone by raising awareness about mental health. So even though it's very common to feel strange talking about yourself, people don't talk about it. So talk about it. If you are feeling some strange type of way about talking about yourself on social media, make a post about that. And people will connect with you. They'll relate with you. They'll thank you for being vulnerable. So don't be afraid to just admit that. I've admitted when I've been having, bad mental health days, and how, my community has helped me get through that. Or, oh, I really don't feel like posting this week. It's been a really bad week for me. And that's my post for the week. And I don't, ask for sympathy, but I connect it back to my books and the topics that I talk about in my books because they connect to each other. And so if you can just think about your social media as a place to connect, to be honest, to be authentic, that's the way of growing and really connecting with your community and having a purpose behind it and connecting back to your audience. It makes it so much easier to talk about yourself. So, a couple tips for selling. And first, I just want to say also research again by scrolling. It's all there for you. There are millions of videos of people selling their books and, most importantly, readers talking about the books that they love. And then also, again, look at your keywords related to your book topics and see what people are talking about and saying. And you'll be inspired to, make content based off of what you're seeing there. Bring your energy and excitement. Hopefully, you're excited for your launch or post launch, but the more energy and emotion you can bring to your launch, to your sales post, the more people are going to feel it and feel your excitement and your confidence about your book. And that really resonates with people. They want to buy things from people that they trust and know that it's going to be good. And then again, speak directly to your target customer. If it feels awkward, it feels salesy, really close your eyes and focus on this person is going to love my book, and this is who I'm talking about on my social media page. I'm not focused on the fact that maybe some other people who aren't my aligned audience could see this because it's not for them. My book isn't for them. My social media posts aren't for them. They're for my audience who I wrote this for, who's going to love my book. That's who to focus on in your content. So, anytime you can write personal stories connected to the themes in your books, that really will help your audience feel connected to you. But again, if it's connected to the themes in your books, you're then also selling in a roundabout way. You're telling a story and then you're connecting it back to your book. So I always do that with my stories. The one on the top left is just a screenshot of a caption that I wrote. I like to do storytelling a lot in my captions of posts. So, like a picture, this one was of me in a mirror. And again, my books are a lot about self doubt and things like that. And so I was just cleaning my house because I was getting ready to move and realized that I was taking care of this $20 mirror that I've had for like a decade and how I was carefully wrapping it in bubble wrap and I was taking good care of it and how much better I took care of that $20 mirror than I took care of myself. And that really resonated with my audience because, again, I write about mental health. I want to help people feel less alone. And if they're not taking good care of themselves or they're struggling with self love, this is going to resonate with them. And so it's just a story that I came up with while I was cleaning my house. And so the mundane, the things we're doing in our daily life can become content. And that's what I want you to take away from this storytelling section. So I connected it back to my book uh, about reflections, about insecurities, because that's the theme of that latest book that I had released. And I wanted to connect that story back, and people loved it and really resonated with it. Similarly, the one on the right, I was wedding shopping at this time, looking for a gown, expecting to feel all of these feelings, and I didn't. And I wanted to connect with other people on that because we hear all positives about wedding stuff and all of that. Again, connecting it back a little bit to my book that I was working on at the time. And then I ended up writing a poem about that experience and sharing it with my audience. So, again, storytelling and the behind the scenes of my work. And then the one in the middle is a story slash like really introduction to this person. And so I always recommend posts like this every few months, like reintroduce yourself to your audience and get specific. They talk about their first book. They mention specifically the genre, romantic comedies with a magical twist. I'll never get tired of writing happy endings. And then they also say, like, my bookshelves are always organized by color, sue me. So it shows their personality. And it also is going to resonate with readers. They might want to comment and say, I also do that, or I organize in a different way. So just things like that show that you understand your audience, you're relating to them, also show your personality. So posts like that are fun as well. Now, a couple next steps for connecting with me if you'd like. I'm at Marketing by Shelby everywhere. So Instagram, TikTok, I post weekly YouTube marketing strategy videos as well at Marketing by Shelby on YouTube. I have some freebies as well. Currently at this link, marketingbyShelby.com/freebies is a free masterclass. And then I also have a free content kit as well with just some templates and captions for you to take and use. And then my membership, the Creatives Content Club, is currently open as this presentation is going live and it's not open all the time, only certain times throughout the year. And what I do is I deliver a monthly content plan for you with templates, captions, so that you don't have to struggle with what to post on social media. But it also includes a private community, master classes, so much more inside. So I'd love to see you inside that as well. And that's marketingbyshelby.com/club. Thank you so much for your time today and for watching my presentation. Have a great rest of your day. Bye.